Good morning and welcome to West Coast Grandma. Today, I'm going to share with you 6 great hacks for saving money when you're starting seeds. Now, I do admit I do use a bit of both. Sometimes I've had the money to buy certain kinds of seed trays, and other times I just think, why am I doing this? But I would like you to stay with me because these 6 things I'm going to share with you are going to save you money. So I've just done a quick run out to my greenhouse because the first 2 things I want to talk about are out here. And the first thing is my dirt. So I don't buy all my starter mix. Instead, what I do is kind of make my own. So in this big bin here in my greenhouse, I dump any leftover dirt that I already had used to repot things from last year. And there's a couple of pots that I'm going to be putting in there because those pots are made with the same potting soil that I keep on making. So I'm going to dump that into there. And then to save money, instead of just using pure starter mix, I just buy 1 bag of starter mix and add it in. It has a few things added to it. It has those little things in there for keeping the moisture, which we know is important, and probably some fertilizer added into it. But other than that, I just mix it up myself. If you're in a position where you want to buy a couple of bags and give it a boost, you could do that, but I really don't think it's necessary. So there's my dirt all ready to go. The next thing I want to talk about is my containers for planting. So here you can buy the little seed trays that you get from the nursery. They run anywhere from $1.50 to $2 each for 1 flat to fill a tray. They're kind of fragile. You can get a year or 2 out of them if you're careful. But here I bought a whole huge bag of Solo cups from Costco that'll last me forever. And all I did is just poke holes in the bottom and then they drain. So there you go. And the nice thing about those is you don't really have to repot things because there's enough dirt in there. They pretty well are perfect till it's time to go into the garden. So there's your 2 choices. One is going to last a lot longer. If you have a lot of little things to start, it might be nice to have a couple of those seed trays because they're quite small. But I really love the Solo cups too, especially for tomatoes and onions and things like that. They are the best. I'm going to talk about seeds. On the right, we have seeds that I've saved, and on the left, we have seeds that I bought. Now, flowers are easier in a lot of ways to collect than vegetables, although a lot of vegetables can be easy, but that's another whole story. If you're able to save seeds, that is the way to go. So there's my seeds that I've saved. They're all labeled, all from last year, and these are ones that I've bought. And also, when you're buying seeds, there's always more than one company producing the seeds. Check the prices. Like this one right here, $2.19. These ones here, $4.99. So, you can take a look at the different prices. Really, seeds are seeds. So that's one way you can save some money, even if it's like marigolds, cosmos, zinnias, all those really simple seeds to save. Start doing that. And I will post a video up in the corner here that you can check out that tells all about seed saving, which is something we're going to do in the fall, but you can check it out and then you're going to be ready. My next thing is trays. In the front, we have trays that I've bought, and yes, I do reuse them every year, and if I take plants over to friends or whatever, I always ask them if they'll give me my trays back. But these are about $2.50 each, the black ones, and they do break. I mean, they don't last forever. I usually double them when I put plants in because they're just not strong enough. But in the back, that whole stack of trays, I think I got those from Costco for $8. So I am going to show you how I fill those. So there's your choices. One is much more economical than the other. Again, it depends if you want things to look perfect on trays or whether you're willing to just settle for something just a little different. So there you go, another choice. One little mention about heat mats. I got a whole load of lights and heat mats on Marketplace for $100, and that was about 4 years ago. I use them every year. They are a little fragile, the lights, but they work, and I have enough to fill my whole little shelving unit with grow lights, and they work perfectly fine. So Marketplace is a great place. Now, When I got these, I got 4 mats. And if you decided that you wanted to purchase a mat, actually, I honestly think that 1 mat would be enough because they only take a few days on the mat and then you're going to take it out and put it under the lights anyway. I find that unless you were doing a commercial thing, I just don't think that you could really start enough things that you need more than 1, maybe 2 like I have. I never have used more than 2 heat mats. So that's something you could save money on. Don't go into a store and have them tell you that you need 1 for every tray because everything is started at different times. So 2 would be the maximum you need and you can use them every year. And here again, we have 2 choices. Now you can either buy the plastic dome that goes over the tray, and I couldn't believe I saw them in the nursery store here recently and they were $7.50 each. Now, again, I think I bought 6 quite a few years ago, and I really have hardly ever used more than 2 at a time because I only use it to cover my tray that's sitting on the heat mat, which again is never more than 2. Now, the other alternative is you've got your seeds planted and you use these trays and you just use a piece of saran wrap. It's totally fine. It does the same thing. Keeps the heat in, keeps the moisture in. It does all the same appropriate things to get those seeds started. Next, I'm going to talk about tags. Here we have bought tags. Here we have homemade tags. Now, in the course of a winter, I collect all my large sour cream, cottage cheese, whatever, yogurt containers, the large ones. Wash them all, keep them in a stack, and then when I have time, I cut them all up. And as you can see, the one side is blank. Perfect. These ones here I bought, and they're about, I think they were about $2 for 50. And believe me, they don't go very far. I got kind of sucked into the nice colors, but really, the ones that you make, it just takes a bit of time to cut up the containers, but I have a whole bag here. So I'm good and set for tags that didn't really cost me anything. It would have just ended out in the recycle bin. And here is just a look at my trays in my little grow area. As you can see, I can't lower my lights, but I just put some scrap wood and raise the trays up and get them nice and close to the lights. And there again, these ones are really close to the lights. I need to probably drop those down. But I just use whatever I can. There I've used some canning jars to lift it up. And here, these ones are growing more, so I just have some scrap 2x4s. But you can use whatever you have just to lift up the tray to an appropriate distance from the lights, because you do want them close to the lights. And again, there's a little view of my grow lights from the end. And you can see I have quite a few of them. Keep an eye on places like Marketplace or secondhand stores, and you might just be lucky and find some lights for your own little grow operation. Well, I hope you found these few hacks helpful, and I hope that you'll be able to get your seeds going and save some money at the same time. So get out there and get growing. West Coast Grandma is signing out.